Hi, sorry, I'm still trying to figure out how to use the YouTube channel, so I'm a little bit late. It's now 10:32, hoping to start at 10:30, so I'm glad if you're here signing on, that's fantastic. Just remember to hit the subscribe button and share it with friends and family. I'm enjoying this process, and again, still learning little things about filming stuff. You may notice my hands chop off a little bit in this. I'm just trying to just go with the flow right now. So today we'll do a beginners friendly class. All of my classes are beginners friendly. Kind of start where we're at, and then we take baby steps working towards opening up our body, having freedom in movement. And I'll do the best I can to guide us through the practice with verbal cueing. I'll cue our breathing, and but just learn that your body and my body are two different bodies, and I guide you as best as I can from knowing my own body, but not everything's going to work for you in the pose. So I've got the comment box opened now. I figured out that how to keep that moving for us. So if anything comes up for you during the practice, just write a note and I can answer it either after class or answer it in the next video as well. So let's get started. We'll start on our back again today. This is the 6th lesson I've taught, and we'll start on our back with our knees bent, more in a setup like bridge pose. Okay, so let's get started. Just laying on your back with your knees bent, and just feel yourself supported by the floor. We have the feet in a comfortable position, nothing too extreme. You don't have to be all the way in with your heels close to your buttocks. Just let your feet be comfortable away from your buttocks. Feel the support of the floor, and then gently rock your knees side to side. We're just feeling the hip movement, and the hands can be on the ground, palms facing up. You can turn your head from side to side, rocking the head and gently moving your hips. And so we're just kind of tuning into our own body right now, noticing how it feels. Some of us have been up for a while, some of us are just waking up. So just noticing how our body feels different depending on how long it's been awake. So just noticing as you're rocking from side to side. You can do gentle breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. You can breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. And just notice how your sinuses are feeling as you're rocking your knees from side to side. Good. Take your arms above your head now, stretching your hands above your head. Your elbows can be bent. You can continue to turn the head from side to side, feeling that movement of the hips. You can take a little bit more of a deeper stretch, maybe pressing one knee closer towards the floor. Gentle with your knees. You can lift your toes off the ground, flexing dorsal the ankles a little here at the ankle joint. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. And then coming back to a comfortable place in the center, put your feet flat gently. And then lightly lift your hips up off the floor, just so you can see I'm getting a little bit of height here. And you can rock your hips a little from side to side. You can move the hip bones. Feel the back of the shoulders still on the ground, rocking your hips. Now this might be difficult at first, so you may want to just let your bottom touch the ground as you slide your hips from side to side. Just rocking the pelvis, gently moving the hip movement. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. Come back to a comfortable place in the center. You can let your bottom rest on the ground for a moment. Draw your knees in a little bit. My knees are apart in a comfortable wide position, but just gently guide them inwards. Keep your toes on the ground and lift your tailbone between your knees. Let your hips lift up a little bit. I'm pulling in my belly button. I'm kind of imagining that my belly button in the front is drawing towards my spine in the back. So your hips will lower as you get used to doing this movement. The rib cage pulls in, towards one another, what we call knitting the ribs in. It's almost like the ribs pull in and down. I want you to hover your hips. You can see I'm kind of sliding my hands under my sacrum here. I'm going to let my chest open up. Feel the back of my ribs pressing into the floor. My chest is starting to lightly inflate and open. I know that sounds weird, but it really is happening. So as you drop into the back of your shoulder blades, feel the ribs gently resting against the shoulder blades, the belly button pulling in, and the rib cage nicely opening up. My knees are drawing in slightly. Urinary tract is gently squeezing. So as I pulse the urinary tract, I pull the belly button in and the chest cavity opens up. The shoulders can drop down away from the ears, keeping some length through the neck and collarbones. Sometimes I put my fingers in my collarbones just to feel myself breathing as I inhale. You might even feel the ribs open up and the top of the lungs filling with air. So touching the collarbones as you fill yourself all the way up. And if you're shallow breathing, there's a tendency not to be able to feel the lungs move up into your collarbones. So just learning to take deep, full breaths. And as you hold the breath, with the fullness of the breath, your fingers may be able to feel the top of the lungs filling with air. And then as you exhale, let the back of the ribs press into the floor. Keep your tail lifting a little, belly button pulling in. We're telescoping ribs, meaning my ribs are pulling away from my hip bones. So you can push on the tops of your thighs a little, massage the tops of the legs, press the legs down against the legs, press into the back of the shoulders, nose is pointed to the ceiling, and take another deep breath in. The breathing exercise is to expand and open the lungs. As you exhale, you can always, if you're getting a little tired, put your lower back on the floor, squeeze your belly button, pull the knees together, squeeze the urinary tract as you exhale. And you'll feel the lower back pressing down. You'll feel quite nurtured and held by the earth. And then again, as you inhale, some weight in your feet. Lightly lift your hips and take a deep breath in. Let your chest cavity open up. You can hold your ribs here at the side or put your hands on your belly here and take a big inhale. Feel the ribs opening up. And as you exhale, squeeze your belly, squeeze your bottom. Maybe just see the daylight between my buttocks and the floor. Just gently maybe press the sacrum into the ground as you exhale. Squeeze the knees gently. Squeeze your belly button. Press your lower back into the ground. And then as you inhale again, put some weight in the feet. Maybe lift the hips a little bit higher. Knees can come apart now. Chest lifting towards the ceiling, opening up chest cavity. Breathe in a nice deep breath. Take a breath. And as you breathe out, maybe drop the hips a little, pull the knees in together, squeeze the urinary tract. And as you inhale, let your hips lift up a little bit, knees can separate. Really feel that open chest opening up, feel the ribs opening, feel the back starting to lengthen out. And then exhale, lower your hips a little. Squeeze your belly, pull the knees in, squeeze the urinary tract. So there's a lot of details, but you take your time with this, okay? As you inhale, you may be feeling the legs fatiguing and you may not be able to get all those muscles to squeeze just yet. And then as you exhale, you're kind of lowering down a little, you're squeezing gently with your knees, not like you're trying to crush a nut between your knees or anything. You're just lightly holding the legs, squeezing the urinary tract, squeezing the belly, and then inhale again. Let your chest lift, open the heart center. As you exhale, tuck your tail, squeeze your knees, squeeze your belly. And again, you can do all of this with your buttocks on the ground if you're cramping or anything like that. You're breathing in. You can do a gentle tuck. You're breathing out. And you're kind of floating, letting the back lift a little, breathing in. And as you're exhaling, you're pressing down, squeezing the inner thighs, breathing in. You can feel the ribs move a little bit, opening your chest. Good. What we're doing is movement through your spine. You're breathing in, breathing out. You're feeling that movement from your tail to your throat. Your head can tuck as your tail tucks. You can lift your nose as your tail drops to the floor. You can tuck your chin, tuck your tail. This kind of movement is getting all the energy through your spine from your base to your neck. You can tuck your chin, tuck your tail. Lift your nose a little, drop your tail to the floor. You can do this with your hips in the air. As you're inhaling, you're kind of lifting up. As you're exhaling, you're tucking your tail, tucking your chin, inhaling. Let the chest open. Let the nose lift a little. As you're exhaling, tuck your chin and tuck your tail. Squeeze your abdominal wall. Breathing in. Drop your hips a little, drop your tail, open the chest cavity. Breathing out, tuck your chin, tuck your tail, kind of closing everything off. Relax your hips down. Good. You can practice that. Do that 10, 15 minutes a day. Just rocking now, back to rocking. Release the tension out of the lower back, anything through the shoulders. You can roll all the way over to one side and then roll to the other side. Rolling on one side, rolling to the other side. The rolling, stimulating the fascia, the lining over your muscles. Your whole body's just starting to move with energy a little bit. You can get a little bit more dynamic as you like. I'm staying here for now, just for those who are still figuring out what I'm teaching you today. This is yoga. I'm going to get a little more dynamic. I'm going to lift the knees and lift the feet. Lift the knees, a little bit like a baby. Lift the knees, lift the feet. Rolling. And just feeling these movements. And you're finding the connection between shoulders and hips. Pull your knees in closer to your chest to get a little bit more connection to the floor. And then as you take your legs further away, you'll notice a little bit more extension. And you can see the daylight of my spine. I'm not letting the middle back touch the floor as I stretch through these movements. Kind of extending. So you're getting used to rolling motions, using different abdominal muscles and pelvic floor muscles, using your shoulders. And then as we get more dynamic, we pull the knees in, we can roll forward, roll up. And again, this might be a big movement for you today, is to roll forward and up like so. You may want to do it like this, roll to the side, roll up. Roll down, roll to your back. You can roll forward. Right, there's a lot going on back. And lifting. Good. And then you may want to roll up, roll to your side, push up, just like babies would. Roll back down, roll to your back, come back up. And you can do other side as well. So you can roll down, roll to your side, extend the leg back, roll up, take your time. You may want to rock. Roll back down, gently laying on your side. Roll back over. Kind of playful movement. And it's all yoga. All of it is to massage your fascia, get the communication happening with your body. Right? Nothing too aggressive. You might just want to, instead of rolling, this is your rolling today, just getting used to moving. going back and forth, maybe holding your knees, right? This might be, just enough for you today, just doing this kind of movement, just letting the bum come off the floor a little bit, your buttocks, let the back stretch a little bit, or maybe you're doing one leg up, just getting some movement, right? Arms can be reaching up. Good. We're going to do this just for one more movement, just getting used to this kind of freedom and movement, right? These are like baby movements. Just see where you want to go. And then we come back to center. I'm going to take a moment here. You're going to separate the knees nice and wide. You can have your feet in the air. You can hold at the back of the knees with your hips nice and open. Drop your shoulders into the ground. And you can rock a little bit here. Just rocking and massaging the lower back into the floor. Feel your buttocks getting a good massage too. Now the more you pull your knees into your chest like this, you're going to feel the lower back stretch more. Your tail can lift off the floor a little bit. So if you want, pull the knees in to the sides, separating the knees nice and wide. And then some of you may want to get very strong with it. Hold your feet. Do happy baby. You can pull your heels in and pull on the feet. Lift your tail if you like. And then pull the feet down. Just feeling these movements through the back and the hips, rocking a little bit here, okay? So circles are good too. The beauty of doing a circle is that you get to feel the rotation through the hips, but also getting a good massage on the muscles of the buttocks. So you can roll to the side a little. Knees can pull in, and then as you push your knees away, put your feet on the ground and then roll to the other side. Pull your knees towards your chest and put your feet on the ground. Push the knees to the other side. So kind of just using these movements, opening up the lower back, feeling the grounding through the hips and feet. So from here now, take your feet up in the air. Knees can be bent and then straighten out one leg. Push the foot to the ceiling. Flex the toes, bend the knee, and push the other leg straight. Just getting used to opening up these muscles. Flex your foot. This is dorsiflexion. Flexing the foot. Good. And then we point the foot. Plantar flexion, pointing, dorsi, plantar. Stretching the ankle points. And then do the other side. So you're here the whole time just breathing into this conscious movement, recognizing, oh yeah, my ankles, they feel weird or they feel different. Make circles with your ankles upside down. Again, you can hold your knees if you're getting a little tired here. You can always put one foot on the ground too while you do one leg at a time. I'm making circles in one direction, drawing a circle with my big toe on the ceiling. Go the other way. And then do the foot the other way. Circles. Nice. Feel those movements through your joints. You can hear the crackling and the popping. It's okay. It's all good. Nothing wrong with that. And then bend the knees. Pull the knees back into your chest. Give yourself a good squeeze. You might want to get really strong with this by pulling your knees together and lifting your head and shoulders off the floor. See how your neck feels. Some of you may not enjoy that through the neck. So you can always keep the head and shoulders on the ground. Working the knees towards your chest, maybe grabbing fingertips, wrists, and then in the last space, maybe grab your elbow points, pull your head towards your knees, give yourself a nice good squeeze, squeeze your abdominals, squeeze your thighs right against the stomach, and then slowly extend the head and shoulders back to the floor while giving yourself that great big hug. Again, you can hold at the shins. Let's put our feet to the ground, push your hips to the ceiling once again. Feel that beautiful extension through the front of your hips. We're more higher in the bridge pose. The feet are really planted. Shoulders are pushing down into the floor. You can really push into the backs of the shoulders, push into the backs of your arms. Lift your chest and point your nose to the ceiling. And breathe into that. Lower your bottom down, and then we're going to make our way to seated position. You can do it a couple of different ways. You can do a nice roll up, rolling up, sitting cross-legged, or you can roll to your side and gently press up. So we're sitting cross-legged with the knees bent. Again, if your knees are a little bit tight or sore, just stick your legs out and bend the knees here, bringing your hands forward, relaxing your head out in front. I'm starting with right leg in front just so that we can keep together in this. Hands beside you. Let your head lean forward. Rock your hips back a couple of inches here. So I'm going to wiggle the hips back a little bit, just gently pulling the flesh out from underneath the sit bones, just gentle with the nerve endings here of the sciatic nerve. Those of you with sciatica, you're going to take your feet in the bent position. Instead of just leaning into flexibility, you're going to push down into your heels, squeeze your abdominals and push into your hands. Squeeze your buttocks and squeeze your belly. So anyone with sciatica pain, anyone who's pregnant that has sciatica, which is very common, push into your hands, squeeze your belly, push into your heels, and let your head and chest roll forward. You're activating the hamstring, the calf muscles, and the buttocks while activating your abdominals. Pushing down into the hands, pushing into your heels, squeeze your bottom. So that's for my sciatica viewers. Right leg in front, if everything feels okay and feels soft in the hamstring. Bring your hands out in front, relax your head forward, and let the head hang. Maybe the arms extend out in front, dropping the knees wide. Maybe your hands are here and you're working your head towards the floor. Everything takes time. Breathe in and breathe out. You can always bring your right hand behind your back, clasp the wrist gently, opening up the left palm to the ceiling. Let the head relax, let the jaw relax, and take long, deep breaths here. Deep inhale, deep, long exhale. And again, here, you can be here, leaning forward, taking long, deep breaths, breathing in, breathing out. And as I breathe in, I try to soften the belly. And as I breathe out, I try to relax through the hips and shoulders. Good. Take your time coming up, nice and easy. I'm going to switch the legs out the other way. Left foot in front. Those who are working the sciatica, strengthening the hamstrings and strengthening the muscles. Put some pressure in your hands. Drop your head forward. And, you don't even have to have sciatica to try this exercise too. If you want to try both ways, you can join this one as well. Putting weight in the hands helps you engage your abdominals and helps you squeeze your buttocks while leaning forward. You want to keep the buttocks gently squeezing while gently pulling in the belly button. Weight definitely in the fingertips as the head drops forward more. You're digging down into your heels. Imagine you've got your heels in sand and you're pushing them into the floor. Left foot in front for my friends that are doing this one. Just noticing here as you put some weight in your fingertips, you can lift your bottom up a little bit as you tilt the pelvis forward. You can bring the hands out in front. You can bring the hands to the side. Whatever it takes to allow you to bring your torso forward and allows you to relax the belly between the thighs. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Let the head gently tilt from side to side. We're all here just taking our time, breathing in, breathing out. I'm noticing as I breathe in, when I expand my belly more, I can open up the sacral area, really opening the stretch along the lower back. Breathing out, drop the head a little more. Notice where we tend to want to hold ourselves up in these ones. Breathing in. What part of you can relax a little bit more as you drop yourself forward? Breathing out. Come up really slowly and then extend the legs out in front. We'll take the right foot into the left inner thigh. And again, careful with your knees. You can always put a blanket underneath the knee if you need a little support. You can bring this foot forward more, have the arch of your foot in line with the left knee. It all depends on what's going on with your knees today. I'm pulling the heel right in against the inner thigh, the adductor muscle. The heel connected to the adductor. This left knee can be bent as I lean my body weight forward, drop the head towards the ground. Breathing in and breathing out. So a deep stretch here. Your right shoulder is going to roll forward a little, getting a nice deep stretch along the right side of your spine, your right hip opening up. This right knee, if it can work its way to the floor, great. If it's up in the air, that's normal too. Some of you might be up here trying to get this knee to come down. Don't think about the knee coming down. Think about squeezing your buttock a little and roll your right shoulder down. As you squeeze your right buttock, the right knee opens gradually. As you roll your right shoulder down, that helps support and bring weight into the right side. Let your head hang. Come up really slowly. We'll do the other leg. Left foot in, right knee bending. Good. Here's that nice bend in the knee. Maybe leaning forward, bringing your head to your knee. Breathing in, breathing out. As this leg starts to straighten, you keep your head with the knee while bringing the left shoulder towards the floor. Rock the left shoulder down more, squeeze the left buttock more, let the head hang. Deep inhale, deep long exhale. And again, my sciatica friends, your knee will remain bent. You'll put pressure in your heel. You'll squeeze your belly as you're rounding forward. Think about strengthening your hamstring right now versus stretching out in a passive stretch right now. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. Come up really slowly. Let both legs extend out in front. We're going to do some movement with the breath. Knees can be bent so that the spine can stay nice and straight. You can always sit on a folded blanket if you have tight hamstrings or tight lower back, particularly with runners or people that have just not been stretching for a while. So with a little bit of height is good. If you don't have height, no worries. Don't freak out, okay? So hands can come to the floor, let your head hang, and let your body relax forward. Breathing in and breathing out. So I'm trying my best to keep my ribs and my chest towards my thighs. You can hold the edges of your feet, drop the head between the legs. That's how far apart your feet are. Enough room for the head to drop. On your inhale, let's all lift our chest and slide the chest forward. Your knees can bend more here, keeping the back nice and flat. And then as we exhale, drop your head between your legs. Squeeze your belly button, squeeze your urinary tract when you exhale. On your inhale, lift your chest a little, feel the chest rise and feel the muscles in the back between your shoulder blades slightly activate. And then exhale, round your back, drop your head. Feel the movement through the back of the neck, feel the stretch. Again, inhale, lift your chest. And again, as you advance, your legs will start to get straighter, but your back stays in the same position. Inhaling, you're lifting up. Exhaling, you're rounding, pulling your head towards your knees. So regardless of how bent the knees are, you're rounding your back here, squeezing your abdominals. On your inhale, you're pulling your weight forward and you're flattening through the back, even with legs straight or knees bent. Exhale again. Squeeze your belly. Round your back. Inhale. Slide your chest through. Flatten the back. Exhale and squeeze your belly. Tuck your tail a little. Squeeze your buttocks. Squeeze the air out of your lungs. Inhale again. Big full breath in. And exhaling. Push the air out. Good. One more of those. Inhaling. Taking that out. Feel the body long. Exhaling. And then relax. Let your hands come down. And then slide yourself back into a reclined position, laying on your back. You're going to take a gentle lift with the hips. Once again, the knees will pull in slightly, feet are straight ahead, toes pointing forward. Stretch your arms above your head and let the hips lift towards the ceiling. We're opening the hip flexors that can get a little tight in this posture. When you breathe in, fill the lungs with air and pressing up towards the ceiling. When you breathe out, squeeze your belly and drop your hips a little bit towards the floor. When you breathe in, lift your hips, open up through the chest, press through your feet. When you breathe out, squeeze your belly and pull the knees in. Again, inhaling, lift your hips, lengthening, exhaling, squeeze your belly. Squeeze your buttocks, pull the knees in a little. Inhaling, press into your toes, lift open the chest. Exhaling, squeeze your belly, squeeze your abdominals, squeeze your buttocks. Inhaling, lift, and exhaling, lower. Squeeze your belly. Let your bottom touch the floor. Let the left leg extend away from you. Pull the right knee up towards your chest for the wind relieving pose. As your knee pulls in, you can pulse it a couple of times, just feeling the opening of your lower back. Also, depending on how your lower back feels, you could always bend this left leg for added support. This left leg can straighten out and the toes can flex towards the ceiling. These right toes make circles with the ankle joint. Feel the full movement through the foot as you point and dorsiflex. As you make that circle, pointing and then flexing. And then go the other way, down and around, making these full circular motions. Feeling that whole foot moving. But pull your knee to your chest, give yourself a good, lovely squeeze, no problem there. And then from here, we'll take that, keep the knee towards the chest and pull the knee across your body. I want you to keep your right shoulder on the floor, your right hand on the floor, and turn your head to the right. And then feeling that stretch through the lower back and the hip. This right knee will come down to hip height, and you'll feel the stretch through the back. Some of you may want to straighten out this left leg and keep the leg straight as you're pressing against the foot, as you press against the leg. Bend the knee and come back to center line. Take the knee to the right, open the hip joint, squeezing this right buttock to let the knee drop to the right. My hand is like a wall and the knee is pressing into this wall. Don't move the hand at all. Just lightly press the knee into the hand and squeeze your right buttock. Pull the belly button in and keep both of your shoulders on the floor. Your head can point back towards the ceiling, nose to ceiling. Squeeze your right buttock as you press the right knee into the floor. Try to relax your left buttock as you do this, squeezing the right side more than the left side. Come back to center. Let your right leg slowly extend out. Let all the blood flow come into your right foot. Let your shoulders relax. You may notice that this right foot, right leg feels a little different to the left hip. Breathe in and breathe out. And let's bend up the left knee and pull the left knee towards the chest, feeling that nice compression in your hip. And again, just pulsing that knee in and out a couple of times, just feeling the lower back. You again may want to bend up your right knee for a little bit of support here. You're lightly pulling the knee in, stretching the lower back open. Good. And then from here, you can gently find that nice hip compression, squeeze the belly, and then pull the right knee across your body. Keep the left shoulder and left hand on the floor. As you're pulling your knee to your right, hover this leg up in the air and turn your head to the left this time. This left knee, left hip are in the same line. Squeeze your belly more. Breathe in and breathe out. Feel that wonderful stretch through the hip, the deep release through the lower back. Breathing in breathing out, breathing in, and breathing out. And again, you can always straighten out that left leg if you want a little bit more stretch through the left hip. Breathing in, breathing out. We'll bend the knee and we'll come back to the center line. And then from here, the left knee drops to the left side of the room. My left hand is like a wall. You can see the position of my knees more at a 45-degree angle. The hand doesn't move, the knee pushes into the hand, and I squeeze the left buttock nice and tight, trying to stretch the inner left thigh. Relax both shoulders onto the floor and squeeze your left buttock a little bit more. There's a tendency to want to over-contract your right leg during this movement. See if you can pull the knee up and then press the knee out, squeezing the left buttock. Feeling your abdominals contract, squeeze. Then come back to center, give the knee a little stretch, and then, or the hip a little stretch, and then let the legs stretch out. Balance here. You can lift your head and shoulders up off the floor for a moment. Relax the head and shoulders down. Taking a nice, slow, deep inhale and a deep, long exhale. Let your body soften here. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. From here, we'll take a nice bend in the knee. We'll roll to our right side and slowly take a seat from this position. Taking a seat, we'll make knees nice crisscross position. And taking the weight into our left hand, the right hand reaches up and we bend to the left. You can turn your head as you look to your right side. And breathing in, breathing out. I've got a little bit of weight in this left hand as I'm pushing down, leaning to one side. Maybe the hand is supporting you, just holding here. This right elbow can bend. You can draw a circle on the ceiling with the elbow point. You notice that as I take this elbow into a rotation, or the shoulder into a rotation, the elbow's drawing a circle more to the side of the room. I'm doing a big circle. I'm just noticing the rotation of the shoulder, moving through the shoulder movement, breathing in and breathing out, getting that rotation. Then take the elbow up to just above the shoulder height or below, depending on any limitation in your shoulder will determine how high the elbow goes. Bring it forward a little, take it up. Bring the elbow back, take it up, and then bring the elbow behind you, taking it up, feeling the different ranges through the top of the shoulder. You can move forward, a bit of like a karate block, moving forward, stretching a little. You can take it down and pull it back, feeling the twist as you go back. Forward and back, feeling these gentle twists. Good. From here, come back to center, and we'll do the other side. Right hand to the ground, bending over to the right side of the room. And again, freedom to move. Your elbow bends and straightens. You can turn your hand to the right a little. See where the hand feels more comfortable. I like fingers forward for me, feeling all the fingers touch the ground as I move and as I find my depth in my side bend. The elbow can stay bent, breathing in, breathing out, and then we draw the circles. The elbows will move, shoulder and everything moves. There's movement through the chest muscle, movement through the back line of the shoulder. You're discovering where your limitations are, where your edges are. We're all shaped differently in those joints. Some of us have more range of motion, some of us have less. But you're here to discover what your shoulder's doing. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. Let's go the other way. Good. We're going to do a bit of a twist now. So we're going to pull the elbow to shoulder height. It's going to go up, and down. It's going to go down and back. It's going to go up, down. It's going to come forward, up and down. We'll go all the way back, behind us, up and down. So we might not be able to do all of those ranges. So we're going to go forward, all the way back, twisting. Forward, relax, and then all the way back, twist. Using your abdominals to help twist the spine and move the shoulder. And come back to center. Arms come up on the inhale, reaching up overhead. You'll lengthen through your arms and then drop the elbow points down nice and wide. Then inhale again, reaching up, and then exhale and coming down. Drop the shoulders. Inhale as you come up, and then exhale as you come down. You can crisscross your legs the other way, giving your legs a different break. Inhale as you reach up, and exhale as you come down. Inhale up, reaching up, and exhale down. Drop the shoulders. Good. Inhale as you reach up, and exhale as you come down. Good. Inhale up, and exhale down. Now, if you can get the hands to move, you can pull down and clench, squeezing your fingers. As you inhale, you can open the fingers, stretch up, and then as you exhale, squeeze and pull down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Couple more. Exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, and exhale down. Relax for a moment. Put the hands on the knees and then lightly roll the shoulders up and down, up and down. Good. From here now, we'll come up onto our hands and knees with the knees underneath the hips. Good. So we're going to feel that rounding through your back. Tuck your tail and squeeze your belly. Drop your tail down again and lift your chin up. Knees are good hip width apart. Hands can go a little wider than the shoulders. Round your back again. And exhale. Inhale, lower your belly down. Lift your eye gaze and tail up. Exhale and round. Squeeze your belly, round your back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. So you can inhale through the nose and out through the nose. I'm inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Push the air out as you exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Now, if you want to get more vigorous and strong, and you need to have a little break also from your shoulders, you can do, so two things. One, stay on your hands, take the leg back, lift the leg up, opposite hand, opposite leg. Inhale as you lift, exhale as you lower. You can touch hand to knee, inhale as you lift. So these are quite dynamic. Exhale as you round. You can do these on your elbows if your wrists are getting tired. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you lower. Pull the knee in towards your chest. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you lower. Pause as you hold. So again, hands and knees. Opposite hand, opposite leg. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you round. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you round. Keep going. Do 10 on each side. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you round. I've got 4 more to go. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you round. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you round. Inhale as you lift. And exhale as you round. Switch sides. So you may want to do 5 on your elbows, 5 on your hands. We're going back to hands to get us started. Left leg long. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you round. 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 One more. And round. We've got 5 more. You can stay doing it that way or come with me to the elbows. Inhale as you lift. Head lifts. Leg lifts. Exhale as you round. Tuck the chin. Pull the knee in. Inhale as you lift. Hold for a moment. Exhale as you round. Hold as you round. Inhale as you lift. And exhale as you round. 2 more. Inhale as you lift. And exhale as you round. Last one. Inhale as you lift. And exhale as you round. You're going to put the knees back on the ground. Separate your knees nice and wide. Have your big toes touching behind you. You can sit your hips back a little bit. Maybe this is as far as you go with your knees today. And let your head hang and you kind of stretch your shoulders a little. If your shoulders are kind of in a little bit of tightness, keep your elbows under the shoulder line, let the head hang, and let your hips move back gently. Don't force the shoulders. If the hips and the shoulders are feeling okay and the knees feel okay, you'll guide your hips all the way back towards your heels. Eventually, maybe your buttocks pressing into the heels as you extend the arms long. Rest between your arms. I'm trying to get my rib cage to melt between my thighs. Maybe the chin will come out in front as I drop my elbows to the ground and let my chest drop to the floor. And my neck is in a comfortable position, not overstraining. You can always keep the head in a tucked position, and this will lift the chest away from the floor a little, but will help keep the back nice and long and help you get you back towards your heels. With your head in this tucked position, it allows you to extend further through the shoulders, out through the fingertips. With your head coming forward and your chin out in front, bend your elbow points, take them wide, and see if the sternum can come towards the floor a little bit. Try not to strain your neck. Don't overextend this one. It's more advanced. So be gentle with yourself. Breathing in, breathing out. And again, this is not the goal of the pose. The goal of the pose is to feel the connection between your buttocks and your hips moving back and your arms extending and heart opening. Breathing in, breathing out. So slowly take a nice gentle breath here. Round up like a cat's back once again. Feel the stretch through the back and the shoulders. So we take it slow from this next point, back in cat pose. We've done these ones in the past, but I'm kind of doing more of a slow, beginner-friendly, energizing series today. Your left foot will go to the left side of the mat, and your right leg goes long behind you. You can see this left foot's at a 45-degree angle from the knee. So keep that right leg long for now, and I'm going to roll the right foot down, leaning the weight into this left shin bone and some good solid weight in the left hand. Slide this hand, make sure it's underneath your shoulder line on the left side. Right hand, bring it in front of you a little bit for support. You're going to do gentle movements here. You're going to slide your hips forward a little. See that movement of my right hip coming forward, and I'm going to rock my hip back. This is a movement through the hip and the shoulder joint. You can see my shoulder here. My body's moving as I slide. Drop the heel down of this right leg, lift the heel. See how I'm kind of moving forward and back. Pushing my hips to the window behind me. And then forward, squeezing my belly as I lift the heel. Push back. Good. Now from here, I'm in that pushed back position. My buttocks are kind of pushing back. My foot and heel are on the ground. And then I'm going to take this right hand, stretch it to the ceiling. My hips are still back right now. Then I'm going to push my hips forward, pushing into the foot and the heel. And maybe take the arm above the head. You can bend the elbow. So from my foot all the way through my side body, all really long, and then I'm going to look at my left hand. Then I'm going to push my hips back, put the hand on the ground again, support myself, and then roll the hip forward, slide this left foot back in, and you're back at the start. Right knee will come down, round your back, take the pressure out of this left wrist, do some circles, and we'll do it all on the other side. So your right foot comes to the right side of your mat, your left leg nice and long, stretch it a couple of times, lean forward and back. See how my foot's going back and forth? Then pull your belly in a little, and I'm going to stick my bottom out behind me, put the heel on the ground, put some weight in this right hand, gently, and then I'm going to come forward again. And then I'm going to go back. Push some weight to my butt, pushing back. And I'm going to come forward with that hip, toe on the ground. And push back a little bit. I'm getting used to moving these hips. I'm squeezing my belly. Pushing back. Once you've got that movement, push down, push back a little bit. Feel the weight in your right hand, the weight in this right foot. Push back. This left hand's going to come up. Then I'm going to push my hips forward, squeezing the buttocks. There it is again. I'm going to push my hips forward. Keep that left foot on the ground and feel the side angle all the way through. This left foot's got some good pressure in it. You want to feel that pressure. It doesn't want to be light. Keep that foot pressing down so that this left hip gets a really juicy stretch. Push through the arm. Push through your shin bone and squeeze your buttocks. Both buttocks squeezing and breathing. Big side stretch. Good, and then we take the left hand to the floor, stick your bottom out behind you, roll, both, slide this right foot in, come back into that cat length, maybe the hands round, squeeze your belly a little here, and put both knees on the ground. How are your knees feeling? If you do need more support, use a folded blanket or towel under your knees. So take your hands to your left side now. Feel the hands on the left side of your mat. Again, my hips will want to follow me. So I'm kind of leaning out to the left quite a bit. Hands are in front of the shoulder line. And then I'm going to guide my hips to the right, stretching out and dropping the head. You can always put the elbows on the floor if you want. What I recommend, if you're out to the left, put your left elbow on the floor. Keep the right arm straight for a little bit. Put some weight in the right hand and push your hips to the right slightly, opening up the whole right side of the body. From your right hip, pull the belly button in, tuck your tailbone a little bit, really getting a deep stretch through your SI joint, your sacrum, the right side of the hip, the right rib cage, up through your shoulder, all the way down. Drop your head, let your head hang. Breathe in and breathe out. Come back up and we'll make our way to the other side. So I'm going over slowly and making sure I've got some good length out to this right side. You can see how far away from the edge of my mat I've gone to the right. I'm up really high up in front. I'm not all the way back with my bottom here. So I've got my bottom still high in the air. Then I'm going to push my hips to the left. Pushing to the left. In this case, I'm going to put my right elbow and forearm on the ground. Keeping this left hand long, drop the head. And get that big stretch through that whole left side. Sliding your hips to the left, opening up the left rib cage. Spread the left fingers out. See if each finger can touch the floor. Getting all that way to the wrist and fingertips. Elbow, shoulder, left rib cage, left hip, left SI joint, That's that sacrum connection point between hip and sacrum, and down to the knee, to the hip, to the toes. So come back to center, slightly pushing up, breathing in, breathing out. Feel that nice stretch. Taking this right leg, I'm going to bring it forward towards the right wrist line. I'm going to slide my left knee back a little bit here. It's hard to see what I'm doing, but this right foot, you're going to slide it to your left. So this is like the beginning of a pigeon pose. So there's my foot behind me underneath my buttock line. I'm going to slide it in. This is very sensitive for the knee, so you may want to stay up here. This back leg can slide back a little bit further. Your right heel will come in connection to the left thigh, left hip eventually. You can stay here in the pose, working the chest up, and breathe in, breathe out. Maybe this is your pose today where you're here, just getting used to putting this front leg in this external rotation, this hip. And breathe in, breathe out. You're going to pull the belly in and round the back as you exhale. Squeeze your bottom. As you inhale, let your chest slide forward, let your tail extend. Maybe the leg goes back, looking upwards. Exhale, round your back. You can slide your back knee in a little, squeeze your belly, squeeze your bottom. As you inhale, slide the leg back more. And as you exhale, round your back. So you can start up high with me. Inhale, lift your tail, look forward. See I'm kind of sticking my tail out. Exhale, round your back, squeeze your belly. This front shin bone on this right leg pressing into the floor more. Inhale. And exhale, squeeze and round. So if you can slide this leg back. Inhale, exhale and round, squeeze your belly more. Inhale, exhale, round, squeezing. Maybe you're coming onto your elbows now. Inhale, lift your chest, let the tail get long. Exhale, push through your shin, lift the hips a little, squeeze your belly button, squeeze your abdominals. Inhale. And then exhale, squeezing. So your inhale and exhale, maybe you're inhaling for 1 or 2 seconds. Your exhale, 1 or 2 seconds. But as you advance in these practices, your inhale can look like this. Your inhale can be and your exhale can be like this. So you can take up to 10 to 20 seconds for an inhale eventually if you want. And again, no judgment here. It can take up to 12 months to do a 30-second inhale or a 30-second exhale. 5-second inhales, normal for beginners. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Very normal pace for beginners. Exhale. But if you've been practicing for a while and you want to deepen your meditation with your movement, your conscious movement, take longer, slower breaths and start to let your body open up because of that. Like your hips and the fascia and the muscles and all of those areas will start to open. Let's change sides. Everyone's legs dying by now, I bet. What you can do is lay on your stomach, let your hips relax for a moment and take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Squeeze your bottom. Inhale, let your buttocks relax. Exhale, Squeeze your bottom. Inhale. This is crocodile pose. Exhale. Squeeze your belly. Good. Press back up and we'll do the other leg. So take it slow. Left knee forward to the left wrist. Here's my left foot behind my left buttock, and I'm going to slide it in front of this right leg. So you may be like this and you're like, I can't get my foot to move forward. So you may have to drag the knee forward, drag the foot through as a beginner. And then you're kind of like, oh my gosh, my left hip really feels this. So that's okay. When you're here, this is where we start the practice, right here. We're learning to find the movement in the joint. This joint hasn't felt this for a while. So drop your belly, lift your chest, and lift your tail. Inhale. And then as you exhale, you start to pull your belly in, tuck your tail, push through your hands, and round your back. Inhale. Chest forward, tail lifting. Exhaling, pull the belly in and tuck your tail. Getting a lot of a stretch through this right hip flexor. Inhale. And exhale. Doing good. And again, you start to decide when to start moving this back leg back. You'll move it back to where you feel comfortable, safe, and supported. And then there's going to be times where a discomfort will come in, but it's not a discomfort in pain. It's more of a like, these muscles have to find themselves again. If I inhale, let the head rise. If I exhale, pull the belly in, round your back, and squeeze your abdominals. Inhale, let the belly drop forward, let the tail lift, let the chest come forward. Exhale and round. So you're using all your leg muscles to lift as you exhale. When you inhale, you're in the passive stretch, kind of letting this left heel and left hip bone or inner hip flexor connect. And then this back leg straight back behind you, all the toes touching the floor, the knee on the ground. You don't want the knee rolling open to the hip open here. Keep that knee down. Maybe you're on your elbows now in these last moments. These are a long hold. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Give yourself a couple of breaths on your own. Good, and then we'll slowly come back up. We take our time and we push up. We go back to the place where we started. We slide the back knee in, come back into your cat for a moment, round your back, drop your belly, slowly extend the legs out behind you, laying on your belly for crocodile, left hand on top, and then crocodile as you breathe in, stick your tummy into the floor. As you breathe out, let your belly button pull in. Breathing in, you relax your buttocks, relax your belly. Breathing out, you squeeze your buttocks and legs a little. The heels pull towards each other slightly. The belly contracts. And then the inhale, you relax the heels apart, relax your bottom, relax your belly. And then as you exhale, you pull your heels in a little, squeeze your bottom, squeeze your belly, feel your chest pushing into the ground. You just feel like you're getting heavier into the joints. Then on the inhale, you soften and you feel the fluid body. You feel the softness of your muscles lifting you away from the floor a little. And then as you exhale, You feel the grounding of the marrow in your bones. Press into the marrow, sink into it, drop. And then inhale again, let your belly relax. And then as you exhale, sink into your marrow, go inside the joint, sit in the juices there. Good. Push up gently here. From here, we're going up onto our knees into Vajrasana. Again, knees can be a real sensitive thing for a lot of us at home, so you're going to monitor your knees. One good way to do here is to take pressure off the knee itself. Can be in putting a folded blanket or towel, and it's a triple folded, depending on how thick your towel or blanket is. You can do double folded or triple folded. They can go at the back of the calf muscles and then slide your hips forward a little bit so that you can pull the back of the blanket into the back of the legs there. Keeping your knees about hip width apart, you will guide your hips down sitting on the blanket, which is resting on your calf muscles. This helps open the joint of the knee a little, feeling that big stretch into your quadriceps and thighs. And then again, if you don't have a blanket today, you can ease your way back just gently halfway. Same thing here, you're rounding your back a little, squeezing your belly, squeezing your buttocks. As you come back, you're squeezing your belly, squeezing your buttocks, pushing into the floor as you lean the weight into your shin bones, squeeze your belly, squeeze your buttocks. And I'm rounding my back so that I'm using my abdominals to help ease my way into this pose. As I get connection to my heels with my buttocks, I can put some more weight in my hands here, fingers pressing down, and then pull the knees in a little bit. You can touch your knees together. Your heels may even want to touch together to lean forward and sit your sit bones or sit your buttocks on your heels. Put some weight in the fingertips as you exhale, rounding over, bringing your forehead towards your knees. On your inhale, lift your head up. And again, if this is uncomfortable for you today, I'm not going to say it's forever, you're going to be doing this movement that I just said. So you're going to round your back, squeeze your belly, tuck your chin. And as you inhale, you're going to lower your bottom a little, lift your chest. And that's your movement for tight knees, tight hips. For those who are sitting down on the heels, you're going to pull the belly button in, round over. My hands are beside my feet. Pull the head in, tuck your chin, and put your head on your knees. At the bottom of your exhale, push into your hands and squeeze your belly, squeeze your buttocks. Keep your chin in the tuck position, feel the rounding through the back. On your inhale, keep your chin in. Keep inhaling. Let your chest open up. Maybe your hands will come behind your back, open through your chest. And then exhale, rounding over, pausing on your exhale, hold your breath. Try not to take a sip of air, empty yourself. Then slow inhale as you round back up, open through your chest, maybe stretch your knuckles down towards the floor. Hold your breath here. Then round again. And I'm going to show, again, beginner friendly. So as you're inhaling, you can always do this one here. As you're opening up through the chest here, if you want to do that one. And then the exhale, slide your hands down your legs, squeeze your belly, round your back. Inhaling. Slide your hands behind your back, stretch your shoulders, lift your chin, lift your nose. Exhaling, squeezing and rounding. Inhaling, big open chest. Good. So again, last couple on your own. Exhaling. Inhaling maybe. Open your chest. Exhaling. Inhaling. And release. Good. From here now, take the pressure off your legs. Stretch the legs out in front of you. Feel the legs nice and long. Let your palms be up. And turn your head to the left and to the right. Feeling that movement through the head and neck again. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. Put your hands on the floor. Flex both feet toward your face. Your feet can be comfortably hip-width apart. Hands pressing down, and lightly lift your head and shoulders off the floor. Again, as a beginner, your neck may not enjoy this at all. So you can always keep your head on the floor and press into the back of your shoulders, pushing the shoulder blades into the ground. So again, two options. You can stay here with your legs active, flexed and pointed, pressing into the back of your shoulders, squeezing your abdominals. You're activating all the muscles of your body, pressing into your hands. Those of you who want to or can today, lift your head. Keep your hands pressing down, activate the legs, squeeze your belly. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Relax the head and shoulders down if you had your head lifted. Relax your feet and your hands. Let your toes point outwards, breathing in and breathing out. Toning the vagus nerve that runs through the system. Toning pelvic floor. And we're also energizing neural pathways from the brain all the way through the spine to the extremities. Hands on the ground, lift your head, breathing in, breathing out. Again, you don't have to lift your head this time. You can take your right foot in the air, breathing in, breathing out. And you can always have your head on the ground at any time. Press into the back of your shoulders, squeeze both buttocks. Keep your belly strong, push into both hands, breathing in, breathing out. Squeeze your belly when you breathe out. Breathing in, breathing out. Again, head can be lifted, breathing in, breathing out. Let the leg come down, let your head relax back, and have your palms up. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Hands down, legs active. Again, lifting your head if you like. Breathe in, breathe out. Lift the leg, breathe in, breathe out. So you do about 5 of these. Breathe in, breathe out, and again at any time, head on the floor, press into the back of your shoulders, press into your hands, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, and breathing out. Let the leg relax down, have your palms up, and take nice deep breaths. You can turn your head to your right, turn your head to your left, feeling that beautiful movement through the neck, breathing in and breathing out. So I have a feeling you know what's coming. We're going to do both legs, if you like, in the air. Those of you who have lower back pain, this is both legs in the air for you. Knees bent, press into your hands, press into your heels, squeeze your abdominals, breathing in, breathing out. Good, that's for lower back pain, that's for nurturing and strengthening. Those of you who have leg strength, you're going to lift your head, lift the feet just a couple of inches, press your hands into the ground, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Keep squeezing the legs, keep squeezing the belly, breathing in and breathing out. Let the heels touch the ground, let your legs straighten out, palms up, breathing in, breathing out. Turn your head to your right, turn your head to your left. Good. From here now, bend up both knees and take your right foot to your left thigh. Gently lift your foot up and get a nice stretch through your hip. We've done this a few times, this stretch. You can hold the knee, hold the foot, and just rock your hips from side to side. You can also keep this left leg straight on the floor while holding the foot and rock the hip from side to side. It's a really lovely stretch here. Again, if you're advancing and you want a deeper hip stretch, you're going to lift your head and shoulders up off the floor. First option is to put this right foot into the left bicep and bend at your elbow point. This could literally just hold the leg. With your left arm, you're going to pull this right foot towards your left shoulder and rest it on your shoulder. So your foot comes to your shoulder as you're gently opening up this left hip. And you just want to take your time with these ones. You can clasp both hands around that right arm, right elbow, hooks the right knee in, clasping here, holding the knee against your chest, that right shoulder, holding this foot against the left shoulder. Relax your head and shoulders to the ground. Take that right foot, you can straighten it out now. You can hold at the back of the leg, extend the leg long. With an interlaced grip at the back of your hamstring, flex the right foot towards the ceiling. Flex this left foot, hover the left foot off the floor. Holding here, squeeze both buttocks. You can lift your head, maybe slide the hand further up the leg. Keep the leg strong and active. Feeling the stretch through the back of the shoulders. If the flexibility is here for you today, keep pushing this leg. This leg here is pushing away from you as you're holding this leg. So see how it's kind of pushing me away. Stretching your lower back, and you're really strengthening your right hip flexor. This left heel, if it can touch the ground, push it into the floor. You may even want to put the foot on the floor. See how you feel. You're pushing this leg away from you, stretching through the back of the shoulders. And then, in this squeezing motion, I'm actively squeezing this right leg away from me. Now, I'm going to take a moment. I'm going to take my time. As I'm actively pushing my leg into my hand, I'm going to try and gently lower my spine to the floor. And then my shoulders. And I'm going to keep actively pressing my leg. This leg is pushing this way as I'm holding the leg. And as I do that, I'm pressing my sacrum lightly towards the floor. The belly button's pulling right in, and I'm pulling this leg towards my body. If I was to let go of my leg right now, it would fling away from me. That's how much I'm pushing this leg away. Then the knee. Give yourself a nice squeeze. Lift your head. And we'll do the other leg. Stretch the leg out. Balance here. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. And now we take this left leg. We bend it. You can give yourself a little squeeze here. Holding that leg in. Breathing out. And take this right foot. And we put the left foot on top of the thigh. Just take a moment to rest here. And then lightly, gently, I'm going to hold my left knee and my left foot with my right hand, left hand. This right leg's going to straighten out just a little. And see my foot? I'm going to hold it and pull it towards my right shoulder. There's a lot for this hip, so we be gentle, right? And again, I've been doing this for a little while now. If this is your first time, you're in the first 2 months of yoga or your first 2 days of yoga, pulling on your joints and pulling them towards you, trying to look like that picture in the book or something is probably not the best guide. So maybe you're here today Maybe you're here holding the knee, this bent knee against your foot, and you're just enjoying this new range that you're discovering for yourself today. Okay? And then again, I'm going to pull this knee in. I'm going to lift my head. This right leg's going to straighten out because I'm wanting to put my arch of this foot into the bicep of my right arm. And I'm lightly pulling that right foot towards my right chest, opening up my hip joint. And then this left hand lightly interlacing around the shin as I guide my head and shoulders back towards the floor. And we're very gentle with ourselves here. So maybe we're here and we're rocking. I'm getting a really good stretch here. Good. Or maybe we're in the hold where we're hugging the foot to our chest. Okay. Let's gently bring this left knee to the center again. Give yourself a nice squeeze. Take your right leg long out in front and lightly extend this leg. Clasp your hands at the back of the hamstring to start with and straighten your leg as straight as you can. Some of you will have to lift your head a little as the leg is straightening out here. So bend this knee more so that you get more range in this leg. Once you straighten this leg, it tightens things up a bit. It's hard to get all the range. Okay. Pull. I'm pulling a little bit. Now I want to really push that leg into my arms. I'm going to lift my head and shoulders off. I'm pushing my thigh against my hands. My hamstring into my hands. Then I'm going to slide my hand up to my calf muscle. I'm going to do the same again. I'm pushing my leg away and I'm really giving my back a great stretch. I'm getting the back of my shoulders a really wonderful stretch. Good. Feel that good stretch. And then from here, I'm going to keep that pressure on. I'm pushing that left leg into my hands. So again, if I was to let go of my hands, what will happen? That will happen. So I'm pushing into my hands, I'm stretching my back, and now I'm going to use my abdominal strength to pull my spine back towards the floor. I'm really stretching back now. I'm letting my shoulders get back and I'm pushing this leg, and if I still let go, that leg flies away. I'm pushing into that left hand. And I'm breathing into this and really strengthening all the muscles in my left hip. Stretching my shoulders and arms a little here. Push. And then release that leg down. And then softening here for a moment. Let your body soften, let the hips open up. Breathe in and breathe out. Feeling that deep, deep stretch. Inhaling and exhaling. You bend up both knees and take the right knee to our chest and straighten out the left leg, doing our final spine twist as we get towards the end of our class today. And we're taking these nice long, so the right knee bends, we pull it across our body, the left leg can go straight. You can have your toes pointed to the left if you want. Some people like toes to the ceiling as you're twisting, as you turn your head to your right. It's all okay. And fully roll over if you want. Pop the knee on the ground. Get the shoulder off the floor. And then maybe extend the arm out to the side. Maybe fingertips touch the floor. Or this knee stays in the air and you've got your shoulder on the ground and this foot. Just breathe into that. Deep breath in and out, and then we come back to center. And we'll bend up the left knee and take the right leg long. And again, take your time. See where you want to go. Keep that left shoulder on the floor for now. Let the hip lift as you're stretching a little. Turn your head to your left. And that nice deep release. And breathe in, breathe out. And then that deep, deep stretch coming into your body. Inhaling and exhaling. And again, you can come all the way over on your side, putting this knee on a blanket or on the floor, and this left shoulder rolls back gently. Maybe extend the arm out slowly and reach the fingers to the floor. You can see my fingers here in the background, touching the floor with your fingertips. Maybe the shoulders off the floor, but the fingers are definitely touching the floor. And then you can turn your head to your left. Breathing in, breathing out. Really big stretch. And then we're going to roll gently onto our back. Let the legs extend out. While you're laying there, I'm going to guide us gently through a little point meditation through our bodies. Just relax on your back, close your eyes. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale. So you can feel your body laying on the floor. Let your 10 toes relax out towards the sides of the room. Let the ankle points relax. And then moving up through both legs to your hip bones. And feel the buttocks, lower back, middle back, upper back, shoulders, down through both arms, down to your fingertips. And then back up through your arms to the space between your shoulder blades, and the neck and the head. Your entire body resting on the floor. We really stretched a lot today. We stayed on the ground. There were no down dogs, no up dogs. And really giving those viewers who prefer not to to take pressure off the shoulder joints, so that you could get some nice deep stretches in for your practice today. Take a moment just to focus in on your right hand. Feel the right hand laying on the floor, your palm facing the ceiling. Notice the right thumb, the index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. The right fingertips resting back on the floor. Focus on the center of your palm, center of the right palm, right wrist, right elbow and shoulder. Breathing into the whole right arm. Shoulder, elbow, wrist and fingertips. Feel the whole right arm. Bringing your awareness to the right shoulder again, across to the right collarbone, and the right shoulder blade in the back shoulder resting on the floor, and then to the center of your chest. From the center of your chest, moving across to your left collarbone, left shoulder, shoulder blade resting on the floor. Feel the left shoulder, left elbow, forearm, left wrist, all the way down to your fingertips and the center of the palm. Feel the left thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, the center of your left palm, the whole left arm resting back on the floor. Left fingers, wrist, elbow, left shoulder, across to the collarbone in the center of your chest, right at the sternum, right at the center of your chest. Breathe into your lungs. Feel the center of your chest, the sternum. Breathing out, relax the space between the shoulder blades. Breathing in, the center of the sternum. Breathing out between the shoulder blades. Center of the chest. Focus on the point just on the inside of your sternum, just in front of the space between the shoulder blades and the back, right in your chest cavity. As you breathe in, you can feel the lungs opening up the space. And as you breathe out, there you go, sit in the back of your shoulder blades more. See if you can drop back into that. And then breathe out in again, breathing in, feel your chest cavity open up. And then see if you can drop back, exhaling and sinking into the back of the shoulder blades. Stay here for a moment, breathing into your chest, chest opening in front, breathing out, feel the shoulder blades resting back and down. Your whole body breathing now, your lungs filling with air, your lungs emptying, fresh blood flow flowing through your system. The heart is beating on its own, taking care of you. Everything's just moving along quite nicely. All the blood going down to the fingertips and toes. The stretches we did today, all those movements and those folds that we put our body in, and we held the body in certain places. We're opening up ligaments, tendons, opening up your joints, stretching muscles and giving your internal massage to your organs, your heart, your lungs, your liver, the spleen, your kidneys in the back, your intestines, your urinary tract, the bladder, everything getting a beautiful massage today. Your chest, everything, all the body, even the brain in your skull. The brain and the skull, let it relax back into the back of your head. Let your eyes roll back into the eye sockets. Everything relaxing back, relaxing. Your whole body softening back. Everything connected to the floor, to your space in your room. Feel the earth underneath you, the grounding support of the foundation of your building, and moving down into those foundations, into the ground, into the earth. Fully supported, laying on the floor, whole body relaxing back, your breath coming in and going out, everything taken care of in this moment right now. The breath, the body, everything free to move. Breathing in and breathing out. You're alive. Everything's here, all together all at once. All the sounds around you, all your thoughts, past thoughts, in the present moment, feeling yourself here in the space. And your thoughts, you're thinking about what's going to happen next, what's happening later, where you're going to be, what you're going to do, all of that. And you're here again with your body, breathing in, relaxing back more, breathing out. Everything's here all the time. Breathing in and breathing out. All the sounds, your body, everything just relaxed, everything just going on as it should. Breathing in, breathing out. Let's take this peacefulness with us through our day today. Honor the body. Honor everything as it should be. as it is, where it's at, what you want to do, what you don't want to do, everything all at once. What's coming in and going out. And give yourself moments to breathe. And touch your body. Breathing in, breathing out. Let's make your way to one side, lay on the side, and then press up into a seated position. Take as long as you need for now. Going a few minutes over just to do the final blessing for our body and 3 Oms to finish. So when you find your comfortable seat, just start rubbing your hands in front of your chest. Once you're there, put your hands over your eyes. Take a big inhale. When you exhale, touch your head, touch the back of your neck, touch your throat. Give your shoulders a nice good squeeze. And your arms down to your fingertips, back to the hands, and back onto your heart and lungs. Thank the heart and lungs. Thank your stomach, your intestines. Nourish yourself with beautiful food today. Touch your hip bones and lean forward slightly. Feel the reproductive organs. Let the lower back open up. Feel the kidneys in the back. Run your hands down your buttocks to your knees. Give the knees a good rub. Down your shin bones to your feet. Thank your beautiful feet. Thank the earth underneath you again. Everything around us. Look around. Amazing, isn't it? What we have around us comes from this earth. Thank you, thank you. Let's do blessed things for the earth today. I need to water my garden. I need to nourish the earth. Talk to the plants. Thank them for everything they give us. Show the kids how to do that too. Appreciating nature. Hands to the heart center. Finish with 3 Oms. Big inhale. Namaste. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. And I'll be posting this video, so share it with friends and family. Do it again later on today if you feel like you need some good stretches. And thanks again for joining me. I'm hoping to do a live video every day at 10:30 in the morning. And then I'm hoping to also do a second one later in the afternoon for my friends overseas out of the US, so that we can all kind of get together live. It feels nice to do it this way. Have a great day. Namaste.